Let me give you a little bit about my life so far so you know how I got to where I am. First, I was born, okay, and then I grew up. I went to school at the University of Illinois, 4 years. You think I learned a heck of a lot in my 4 years at the University of Illinois? I learned how to drink beer. I learned how to chase women. Actually, I knew that before I got there, but I didn't learn a whole heck of a lot of anything when I went to college. I learned most of the wrong things. Joined a fraternity and certainly didn't learn the right things there either. But I can spell educated, so I got that much going for me. Then I became a DJ. How many of you are surprised to hear that? Spinning stacks of stacks and hot, hot wax. WPGU Rock 107. That was then. And I tell you, a lot of people think that being a DJ is romantic. You're sitting at a booth by yourself with this big old microphone in your face and a bunch of CDs, and every 20 minutes you get to say, all right, that was the Beatles, and the weather is sunny, here's another song. Boring, tremendously boring. I wanted to get out of it, so what I did was, the only thing I could do, I couldn't work for anybody else. I don't play well with others. That's the truth. Most of you probably don't either. You know why? Because you're too smart, and you have too many ideas. And you see your boss doing something, and you think, oh, he's doing that wrong. I'm going to go tell him. And then you're out of a job. That's it. So I decided to start my own business, and I became a mobile disc jockey. Bought my speakers, went out, got my music and my crates, and did a lot of wedding receptions. Every time I come to a hotel and I see them doing a party, I stop and look at the DJ, you know, and see what he's playing. Oh, I wouldn't mix those songs. No, that's all wrong. I did that for several years, but it didn't pay enough. I needed to supplement my income. So here's a few words you all know. I've fallen and I can't get up. I sold those systems. They would give me leads, and I cut my teeth on direct sales from these leads that were phoned in from these people who think that one day they might fall and not be able to get up like that poor lady in the commercial. And that put me out there on the front line of sales, but more than that, it helped me learn a lot about people and finding out what makes them tick, and even more so, seeing their needs and seeing if there was a legitimate way that I could meet that need. It made me feel that even though it was a hokey little medical alert system, that I was doing something. I was somehow giving back. The next logical step. Encyclopedia Britannica. Sir, don't you care about your children's education? A lot of great training took place at EB, and of course they eventually laid off their whole sales force. Who knows why? The internet and CD-ROMs you could buy. I used to sell a $2,600 set of books. Nice, padded leather, beautiful. Ooh, would you like to touch it? Now you can buy the Britannica on CD-ROM for about $30 or so, and if you go on eBay, maybe $10. The whole stinking encyclopedia. Now I got to say, there's still nothing that matches the feel of a book. Right? Am I right? Am I right? Something you could put your hands on. You know, something about sitting at the computer using it that's, I don't know, it's different. So I did that for a time, and then I got promoted. Worked at a couple radio programs and handled shipping and fulfillment for them, and eventually became a data entry manager. And this is all funny stuff, but the point in showing you all this is that what I learned at each one of those positions still serves me today. I don't believe there are any wasted experiences in our lives. Not a one, whether they're blessings or at the time they seem like curses. We can use everything that we have learned, our accumulated experience, and somehow you never would have thought that that thing would have mattered, but it comes back up. Especially now, running my own business, what I'm doing, I find more and more of these things come in handy. In 1995, I launched my first website. That's about 70 years in dog years and about 1,000 in internet time. And it's called worldvillage.com. World Village was designed to be a family-friendly alternative to a lot of the garbage that was then proliferating the internet. Did it stop the garbage? No, there's even more today. But I like to think that we did something good. We were doing software reviews and articles and clean chat rooms, things from a family-friendly perspective. So I set out to earn a lot of money with banner ads and that type of thing. You should have seen our business plan. We thought we were just going to be raking it in. Turns out they weren't exactly banging down our doors. That's how I got my start. In 1996, I partnered with a guy at USC who was a programmer, and he had created a rudimentary version of a game room where you could play hearts, chess, checkers, spades, backgammon against other people in real time on the internet. In 1996, this was pretty revolutionary. Tried to sell the thing, didn't have any luck selling it on my own, and one day I received an email from a little company called Yahoo! They said they were interested. I promise I won't sing again. That'll be the last time. They said they were interested in perhaps partnering. So the first time I actually came out to the Bay Area was in 1996 when Yahoo brought me out to San Jose, and I got to go to their offices and see the cute little purple cars with the yellow lettering. And they insulted me, basically. They didn't want to give me anything for it, and so I said no, and then I went home, and they called me back and said, well, how about this? Anyway, today it's Yahoo Games. And if who sat at a Yahoo game table before? Okay. If you've ever sat down at them, you see they've got these little avatars. You can scroll through them and pick. See anybody familiar on that page? There I am. I got immortalized in Yahoo. They got the hair color wrong, but glasses and goatee. So if you go play at Yahoo Games now, it's free. You sit down and you can be me for a few minutes. In 1999, I moved forward with my content. I had really gotten into online shopping. Believe it or not, there's a lot of men that do online shopping. And back then, this was the heyday. Companies were offering $10 off your first purchase of $10 or more. Drugstore.com, Pets.com, Staples.com. Remember the sock puppet, the Pets.com? That's the only thing that still exists of Pets.com today, and it was bought by some chintzy insurance company. It's pretty scary, actually, that he survived. Dealofday.com was a result of my interest in shopping online. I thought, well, if I'm interested in all these coupons and saving money online, why don't I create a website and a community where people can come and find the latest coupons from all these online merchants? And so Deal of Day was created. Up in the left-hand corner, that's Hopper the Shopper. And she's our little mascot, and she's got coupons coming out of her pouch. I thought it was clever at the time. I've had a hard time branding her, actually. But this site was then in the heyday of the internet. So what happened? Everybody in the internet was living the high life. Fancy office buildings, huge staffs, company parties without any regard for how much they were costing. Extravagance and opulence were the order of the day. And that was because back then, before the bust, venture capitalists were throwing ridiculous amounts of money. Ridiculous. Anything with a .com. Monkeyunderwear.com sounds like a plan. How much can we give you for that? How many millions do you need? Well, obviously, that couldn't sustain itself. There it is. They say a picture says what? 1,000 words. I think that tells a lot more than that. When that bust hit, most businesses had to lay off just about everybody. All those fancy office buildings, they were for rent again. No more big parties. I had to lay off everybody but one person, myself. And even then, by the time 2000 hit, I had to cut my own salary. Nobody was making any money online. The milk and honey stopped flowing. And we wondered, is this the end of the internet? Well, I knew if I toughed it out, if I was able to stay in business, and there was the rub. If I could stay in business, that there would be another wave. This is what happened before. Poor business models, abundant venture capital, and mega hype equals nothing. This is how we felt. Roadkill on the internet. Should have sold my Yahoo stock at 100. This poor guy got trampled with the rest of us. Okay, here's new internet math, because it's come around. Now what we have are solid business models, and we have real opportunity. The profits that are being made online now, this is real money. This is not funny money anymore. This is not venture capitalists putting money where it doesn't need to go. These are profitable companies that are making money.